2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The city of Denver is in both, and the Clippers starting five. Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2. And for the Nuggets, Jokic is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Murray. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Porter in at the small forward position. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Ibaka looking for an opening. 5 on the clock. Here's Jackson. That one goes. Counted. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
Well, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thigh. A little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
Here's Murray. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Murray outside. Gordon inside, covered by Morris, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
And Clark, it was Jamal Murray's father who's the mastermind behind those unconventional training methods. His son, though, never begged off, never wavered in his commitment.
Tell you what, Greg, it clearly would lead you to believe that both of them were crazy, and yet they had a shared obsession and a commitment, and it's paid off. Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Murray with the bounce pass. Goes up with the stripe. Barton, no luck.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's Leonard, and he slams it down right on top of Michael Porter.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Now here's Murray to the middle. It's stolen by Ibaka. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I think George is clearly one of the most difficult covers in the league. When he's taking it strong to the basket, the defense sometimes has no choice but to foul him.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Murray against Jackson to stop the run. Here's Gordon. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Persistence pays, and Jokic not giving up on the play, doing a nice job pursuing the basketball there.
Passes it to Ibaka. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Ibaka's got his second basket. Jackson against Murray. Pass to Jokic. And the 3 off target. Clippers leading by 7. Leonard the pass to Ibaka. Dishes it to Morris. And the basket is good.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Murray. The pass to Jokic. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Just insane length and leaping ability. Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor.
Jackson finds Ibaka. Pass to Leonard. Back to Ibaka. Shot clock at 5. Goes up to the stripe. They get the rebound. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Need more of this from Jokic. When he's active on defense, he's a capable shot blocker.
And that one's good. Barton. On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on a 12-4 run right now. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the first. Jackson drives in. 6 on the shot clock. And Ibaka kicks to Jackson. Here's Leonard. Denver grabs the miss.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Murray outside. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Leonard dishes to Morris. Outside Jackson. Ibaka right side. Over Murray. And that one released in time, but no good.
Boy, the determination on defense is pretty.
And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Los Angeles?
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Inside, stolen by Beverley, and here's the fast break. Mann passes to Kennard. And it's Rivers with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 7. Now the dish to Millsap. Morris against Kennard. Morris, left side.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Here's Mann. He's guarded by Rivers. Mann passes to Zubac. Puts up a 3. Mann can't hit. Rivers in the corner. Right side Green. No one near him. And again, Denver no good. Los Angeles leading by 7. Kennard for 3. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Kennard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Campazzo buries it from 3-point range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's Kennard. The feed to Cousins. It's stolen by Green. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Yep, that one goes in there. Morris has got his first basket.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Beverley looking around. Passes it to Kennard. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways. You can win a lot of different ways. But you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also, at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in. They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. And the Nuggets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Morris comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Morris, no good. And it's Millsap with the ball for Denver. They trail by 9 points. Green kicks to Morris. Drains it from beyond the arc. Morris has got 5 points now this quarter. Clippers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Pass to Zubac. Here's man. And good that time. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
There's 37 seconds left in the second quarter. Morris inside. Kennard covering. Morris, no good. Los Angeles leading by 8. Nifty move. And there's the play by Morris inside.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
They kick it out to Green. Denver gets it back. Morris passes to Millsap. Gordon with no one around. And so it's Los Angeles with a...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 10. Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers? And that'll...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game.
Never fall off, I just fall back. Never fall off, I just fall back.
The Nuggets trail by 10. Gordon out there with Porter. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Nikola Jokic, and it's Murray in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape, and boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Murray. They get it back.
Yeah, you know what? I think Barton does a nice job hitting the boards. Would love more of that kind of intensity from him.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Back to George. Morris right side. Outside Leonard. 5 to shoot. Outside for Jackson. Here's Ibaka. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
Here's Murray. Jokic trying to free himself up. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket for Murray. Leonard on the wing. Outside, George. Kicks it to Morris. Back to George. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Morris throws it down.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball. Oh, what a shot! From deep.
What was he doing? I can't believe he knocks that down. Just call it temporary insanity and move on.
Leonard against Porter. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got 10 points.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
For 3, Murray. And that one is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Morris outside, launches it. Here's Ibaka, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Jokic.
And the defender overcommits a little bit. Ibaka too quick for him on that move. Earns a trip to the line.
For the Clippers, Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Cousins comes in for Leonard. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Now here's Beverley following the miss by Jokic. There's the pass to Cousins. Here's Mann. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Los Angeles with another miss. Here's Morris. From down in the low post, it goes. He has 7. And so Beverley will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They have a 9-point lead. Zubac kicks to Kennard. And again, no good by the Clippers. Denver's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Pass to Millsap, 16 feet away, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
He's got the perpetual green light, and Millsap has always been a dead-eye scorer from here.
Now, here's Beverley. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Passes it to Beverley. Clock at 6. Back to Zubac. Beverley finds Zubac. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Eight seconds left to play in the third. To the left side wing. And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing up. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Rajon Rondo is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's man in at the small forward. And Ibaka slams it in.
And not the most flamboyant dunker, but Ibaka goes to the rack with rude intentions nonetheless.
Morris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him #1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Denver. Will Barton comes in for Morris. Man passes to Beverly. From outside the arc. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 6th rebound on the night. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played.
Jokic is really good in these pick and pop situations. He loves them, and he executes them very well.
Pass to Beverly. Now Kennard. From deep three-point range, they get it back.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
And Cousins kicks to Beverly.
Go get it, go get it.
It's hauled in by Gordon.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Barton, wide open, he fires. Denver keeping it going. A new 14-second clock. And he overshot that one, missing. Clippers leading by 9. Kennard on the wing. Guarded by Porter. Beverly, the pass to Zubats. Now Kennard. Shot clock at 6. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Man can't hit. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And that one's good by Porter.
Carving up the defense with excellent passes like there. Jokic, a big man with great vision.
Beverly against Murray. Over in the corner, Zubats. Kennard, the pass to Man. Jokic with the steal. Intercepted. The pass to Zubats. Buries it down low. And the Clippers lead by 9. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
Pass to Zubats. Here's Man. No good on the triple. The Nuggets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. The Nuggets with another miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Passes to Beverly. And Cousins kicks to Beverly. No good from Cousins. The Nuggets trail by 9. Odd pass to Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
54 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Beverly against Murray. Beverly, the pass to Cousins. Clock at 4. Here's Man. Here's Zubats. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
How about that? Cousins throwing it down on the alley-oop. Go ahead, big fella.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Misses the three. And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Zubac's the pass to man. He dishes it to Beverly. The 19-foot shot. Not going to go that time. And so Los Angeles takes the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. bustling city of Portland, Oregon. This is the backdrop for our broadcast setting tonight. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. They've got Jamal Murray, Gordon out there with Jokic. Then it's Porter, and it's Bull in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Portland, Giles is out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Collins in at the 3 slot. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. And the pass to Collins. Now Lillard, 6 to shoot. 14 feet away, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Damian doesn't need a lot of time to get a shot off, and found some space there.
Murray against Lillard. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Over Giles. Fades and shoots. Pass to Porter. Puts it up from 12. It doesn't go for him. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Feeds it to Powell. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And, you know, if you only look at the box score for Zach Collins, then you're missing the whole picture. He's a terrific defender.
I agree with you, GA. I think his scoring is going to come, but obviously they have potent guard play, and that's not much needed. What is needed is on the interior, him being active as a big man and defending around the rim. That is something that Zach Collins is capable of doing.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. Sinks the triple. Lillard's got 5.
Smart and aggressive. Lillard repeatedly dominating the pick and roll set.
A pass to Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Pass to Nurkic. It's Powell on the wing. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burner.
Lillard against Murray. And it's Portland with the rebound. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's the 3. That one, no good. And the Nuggets going the other way. Gordon, the pass to Porter. And Jokic gets it to go.
Porter Jr. moving the ball well. Nice to have a wing player help to be a facilitator.
Passes it to Collins. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Powell, the pass to Lillard. And he uses the glass on the layup. 7 points in the game.
Yeah, Lillard aggressive in this game so far. Awesome at finding different ways to attack close to the rim.
Murray surveying the D. Powell against Porter. The pass to Jokic. This one for 3. And Damian Lillard pulls it down.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard against Murray. And again, it's Portland converting.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Lillard against Murray. And Bull wide open. He shoots. Lillard with the rebound. And here's Portland. They're on a 14-6 run. Powell dishes to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Collins sees an opening, gets to the opening, and drives in.
they've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
From about 16, Murray, good. Murray's got 6.
Yeah, you got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
And Lillard gets double teamed. Powell against Porter. Now here's Lillard. He's tightly guarded. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. And yes, it's good.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
For 3, Murray from deep. Bull can't hit. That's a 2 from Lillard, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue.
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Anthony out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Kicks it to McCollum. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's his first foul. JaVale McGee's checked in for Paul Millsap. Here's Simons. Pass to McCollum from downtown. JaVale McGee grabs the miss. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Barton throws it down.
How about the lift there from Barton? Knows when to hold him and knows when to fold him. Think about the 40th pick back in 2012. Will Barton languished on the bench in Portland for his first 2 seasons, actually 2.5. And then that trade to Denver, boy, that jump-started everything.
Here's McCollum. Here's Kanter. Kicks it out to McCollum. Pocket 6. The Trailblazers rebound. Kanter, the pass to Simons. McCollum outside. And at last, they get one to fall. And with the Nuggets, Barton becoming an immediate contributor. And Brent, in recent seasons, their starter at the small forward.
Yeah, he's an interesting player. He's a slender and slightly built player, but excellent at getting out there and rebounding, a tremendous runner at the wing position to play in transition. And that wingspan certainly helps out in a lot of plays, both offensively and defensively. This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
That one goes in.
Well, Barton had a good feel about what was happening defensively, and his teammate was wide open.
Cullen passes to Simons. Back to McCollum. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. McCollum's got his second basket of the game.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Pass to McGee. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
McCollum with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Here's Simons. Trailblazers moving the ball around. To the paint. Kicks it out to McCollum. Over Morris. And Portland again with the bucket. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness. All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Collins comes in for Derek Jones. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simon. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Morris looking over the floor. Millsap trying to get open. McGee's shot is off.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Now here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. The Nuggets trail by 8. Morris dishes to McGee. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Pass to Anthony. He kicks it to Powell. And another shot outside Collins. Lillard, right side. Here's Nurkic. The dish to Lillard. Powell for 3. No good. And it's in off the backboard.
Good decision making with the ball in his hands for Paul Millsap. That's a terrific feat.
From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that's it. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 11 points. Well, he's been... And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Aaron Gordon. Jokic is out there at Bull. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Porter in at the 2-guard position.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. He didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go. And I can't say I blame him.
Murray outside. Down low. Bull. The kick out to Porter. Now the pass to Bull. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Jokic. And he makes good on the layup. And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
Powell against Porter. From about 16, that one's not going to go. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Portland grabs the miss. They've led by as much as 10. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Lillard. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
Melo showing some muscle. Impressive right there with that physical finish.
And Jokic throws it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
That one drops for him. Lillard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Pass to Jokic. The feed to Bol. Back to Jokic. Kicks it out to Gordon. Deep 2 from Murray. Nice jump shot. Good. 8 points for Jamal Murray.
Well, a polished score and good recognition as Jamal Murray understood the timing that he needed to catch and fire.
Jokic with the steal. Murray left side. There's 3-pointers off the mark.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, he's capable of lighting a fuse and putting on a fireworks show. He'll do it in any building. Tonight he's got it going.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
D.A., thank you. Just 4 to shoot. Nurkic kicks to Anthony. Over Jokic. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
To the middle. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Powell, the pass to Anthony. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard, and he makes the 8-footer. Lillard's got 11 points in the quarter.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And teammates more and more looking for plays from Murray like that.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Pass to Powell. 27 seconds left in the third quarter. It's tipped.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
And he's able to get it back. And a wide open look for Porter. No good with the triple. And now Portland on the break. Powell, no one around him. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Powell's got 7 points in the game. Bol, he knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Collins is out there with Giles. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And that one's good. Millsap.
Millsap set up there in the mid-range. Pretty good rhythm on that jumper.
Portland leading by 5. Cullen passes to Simons. He dishes it to Kanter. Right wing, just 5 on the clock. And it's Simons missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Martin inside the line. And Kanter pulls it down. McCollum right side. Here's Giles. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Porter's checked in for Denver. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Trailing by 5. Stolen away. And now Portland on the break. Collins is running. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the... And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Giles, the pass to Simons. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Norman Powell comes in for McCollum. Here's Giles, covered by Green.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. To the left wing. And Millsap snaps it in.
Well, at 6'8", Millsap is still a threat to get up in the air and get those down.
And it's Monte Morris with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Collins. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Denver also making some changes. Bol, he's checked in for Millsap. Jokic comes in for JaMychal Green. And it's Jamal Murray in for Morris. He gets that one. McCollum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Such a good player on the in-between game, weaving behind bodies to find some space. And C.J. cashes in.
Murray kicks to Porter. On the wing, Gordon. Offensive rebound. Here's Jokic. Here's Bol. Banked in off the glass. 6 points for Bol.
Well, Jokic with great anticipation there. One of his better qualities as a passing big.
1:51 left in the 4th quarter. Murray against Lillard. Cantor kicks it out to Lillard. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Passes it to Giles. Clock is at 3. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. 1:19 left in the 4th quarter. And stolen by Bol.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
Shoots from the elbow. And the basket by McCollum. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
Well, play him to take the drive, and you're backing up. He's good enough to stop right there and pull up for the easy jumper.
The kick out to Porter. Left side, Gordon. Back to Porter. Let's go. And he swishes it right through.
And you could see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Lillard against Murray. Lillard looking around. 4 on the clock. From deep three-point range, tips it, and Cantor able to finish.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Cantor is a monster on the offensive glass.
Bol kicks to Porter. The tray. And it's Portland with the rebound. Now Lillard, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Nurkic, bounce pass. And so it's Portland winning this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage. And it's Jones in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, we've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. Now here's Beverly. Pass to Leonard. And Jones sends it back, and he gets it back. Leonard finds Morris. 3 on the clock. He blocks it again. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Here is Lillard. Passes it to Powell. Beverly against Lillard.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
That's good for George on the assist by Morris. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic, kicks it out to Jones. Portland again missing.
3 straight misses to begin the game. Not the start they were hoping for.
George, no good.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Here's Beverly following the score by Damian Lillard. Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. The dish now to George. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Now here's Lillard. Back to Powell. Lillard outside. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep three.
Here's Leonard. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Powell. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Nurkic finds Lillard. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Right block shot. Nurkic trying to get open. Covington's shot is off. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. It's stolen by Jones. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Covington with the ball.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
The Clippers trail.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league. Well, a little bit of assertiveness from the native of Congo. Serge Ibaka has the green light.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. To the paint. Leonard with the steal. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. George has got his second bucket.
Well, I'll tell you this. If the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Now, here's Nurkic. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit. Who knows? But he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Morris with the bucket.
Well, this is why it helps to have a big man capable of sprinting the floor. Marcus Morris solid at getting to the right spots.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Lillard. Nice. 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
George finds Leonard. And the wide open shot for Morris. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Los Angeles. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he sticks.
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. That's Rajon Rondo, and it's man in at the small forward position. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the contest. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Portland with the ball, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. And a wide open look for McCollum and the Trailblazers. Another three.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Zubac against Cantor. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Fouls checked in. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Enes Kanter's checked in for foul. Here's Cousins, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, even though Cousins has increased his range over the years, you still love when he imposes his will on the inside.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Lobs it up for Cantor.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Jackson passes to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Simons. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Kicks to McCollum. To the inside. Cantor dishes to McCollum. Off on the layup. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for the Clippers. Jackson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Here's Simons. McCollum left side. Shoots from 14 and good as it just snugs right down through the net.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Kennard against McCollum, and it is flushed down with a nice jam. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Kennard against McCollum. No good on the three.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Kennard kicks to Batum. Now Kennard. A rebound by Simons. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. McCollum outside. Pass to Anthony. Here's Simons. Shoots it. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
No good on that one. And that'll do it for the first half. Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. He lets... And that'll do it for...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the one spot.
Well, how about the athleticism of Robert Covington? Go ahead, make easy work of it.
Beverly against Lillard. Leonard, the pass to Ibaka. Outside, George. Here's Morris, and it's good for two. And the Clippers lead by one.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
George against Powell. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Lillard finds Powell. Lillard against Beverly. Lets it go with a three. At the tip, there's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
George looking around. Right side, Leonard. The shot will not fall. Excellent D that time from Jones. Here's Lillard. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
It's good. George has got 6 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Lillard dishes to Powell. The pass to Nurkic. Here's Covington, covered by Morris. Covington's shot is off. The Clippers in the lead. And George, here we go. Rebounded by Covington.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Jones, no luck. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. George passes to Ibaka. Nobody near George. George missing again. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Covington kicks to Jones. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And Damian Lillard, good for the three. Lillard's got 12.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Now here is Ibaka. Nurkic with the block. And here's the break. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And going back to his numbers from just a season ago, he was knocking it down at a 77% clip.
First free throw is good. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Now here's Jackson. Back to Kennard. From deep. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. .52 seconds left here in the third quarter. Zubac, the pass to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
McCollum with the ball. 8 points for him. 26 seconds left in the third. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Inside. Stolen. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Takes it from 10. And the rejection by Zubac. To the middle with 4 seconds on the clock. And Cousins throws it down.
This is what keeps Cousins' percentages up. The gimmies. My goodness.
For the 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Third quarter comes to a close and a battle brings it to a tie. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Now here's Rondo. We've got Luke Kennard. Ibaka is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the 2 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Pass to Simons. Back to McCollum.
And guys, this has got to be more of a team effort. Right now, he's playing all for himself.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
They continue to battle out there. So close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
Now here's McCollum looking to get it going. And it's good on the layup. McCollum's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
I mean, call him a combo guard, 2, whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost, and when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Kennard on the wing. Zubac kicks to Kennard. Back to Zubac. 6 on the shot clock.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Simons, the pass to McCollum. From deep three-point range. Again, McCollum missing.
Oh, more good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him. For the Trailblazers, Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Portland trailing here. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. That three off the mark. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Leonard dishes to Ibaka. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Here's Lillard. To the paint. And here's Kanter. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. And that one, good.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And, boy, he can strike at any time.
Pass to George. Outside Leonard. He dishes it to Ibaka. Lillard against Beverly. Back to Ibaka. The baseline jumper goes down. And the Clippers lead by 2.
How about the experience that Ibaka brings? He's able to be comfortable in any situation.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. 1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. From deep. It's hauled in by Beverly. Got a piece of it. To the inside, Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
My goodness. Guys, you talk about embracing the moment, burying a key shot. Go ahead, Mr. Morris. We see you doing work.
Now here's Lillard from deep three-point range. No good there. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Outside Leonard. Leonard with the jam.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Down low. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Lets it go from deep. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, a high percentage scorer with a great shot selection. Ibaka knows when to send it home.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And Enes Kanter picks up a foul. That's his first foul. A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Jones comes in for Collins. And Norman Powell subbed in for McCollum. Now, here is George. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Here's Leonard. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Clock at 4. They get a hand on it. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way player.
So the Clippers with the win. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. There's a look. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. We've got Gordon. Porter is out there with Jamal Murray. Then there's Bull. And it's Jokic in at the 4. And for Los Angeles, we've got Marcus Morris. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. Now here's Jackson, passes it to Ibaka. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotation.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Now here is Morris. Following the miss by Aaron Gordon.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Bull, pass to Jokic. Plays it up off the glass.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
Now here's Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jokic.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Morris. And Bull wide open. He shoots, and a miss there on the triple. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And George, here we go. Outside for Jackson. He dishes it to Ibaka. And the layup's good off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Murray. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Here's Gordon. Unable to get that one. Nice D from Cousins.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling. And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And early on, if you're him, you just want to see the ball go through the net and get into some kind of rhythm.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets. A high percentage shooter down low.
Now here is Ibaka. And there's the pass to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the shot goes down.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Murray against Jackson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The towering presence that is Ball. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
Now here is George. He feeds it to Ibaka. Back to George. Outside for Jackson. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And they'll turn over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Now here's Barton. Here's McGee. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Mann. Barton defending. Zubac the best of man. And stolen by Barton. Campazzo. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist.
Now that's beautiful. Millsap could have forced something there, but instead waits for his open teammate.
Outside Rondo. The dish to Leonard. And the layup is good.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
To the inside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Inside.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
Rondo drives in. Banked in off the glass.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Out to the right wing. Campazzo. Off target from outside. Here we go, 1-on-1. Here's Mann. And foul on the... And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be back with you shortly. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 3, the small forward. It's good on the putback. Zubac has got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Barton, no luck. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. The feed now to Morris. And it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap with great hands and the anticipation there to block the shot.
And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Beverly's got his first 2 points.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Morris, no good. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Jokic against Morris. Kennard for 3. That one doesn't go. And Denver the other way now. And it's Murray penetrating. It's hauled in by Beverly. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Kennard against Porter. Kennard kicks to Beverly. Just 3 to shoot. Morris outside over Gordon. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Nuggets trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Count it. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Paul George comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Great positioning on the putback.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Leonard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson against Murray. Here's Bull. No good on that one. Clippers leading by 10. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. Back to Jackson. Feeds it to Morris. Outside Jackson from past the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. Jackson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
Nice play. Usually Reggie prefers to initiate, but this time gets it done off the catch.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Pass to Leonard. It's deflected.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots. I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Out to Morris. In the corner, Ibaka with it. Morris passes to Leonard. Lots of room. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate the position at both ends of the floor. It has. And that'll do it for.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Porter. Cole is out there with Jokic. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Gordon in at the 3. Morris outside. From deep, George nailed from three-point land. George has got 7 points.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
But they get it back. Here's Bull, and he lays it straight in. Bull's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
George finds Leonard. And it's Denver with the rebound. Porter looking it over. Off target with his 3. Clippers leading by 10. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Outside for George. Back to Ibaka. To the paint. Tries again. The shot by George, no good.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Outside Jackson. And it's Leonard at the elbow. Pocket 6. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. He has 6.
Right there, that is poise of Kawhi Leonard, just taking what the defense gives him.
And Murray, here we go. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. Jackson's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
Here's Ibaka. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 4th rebound in this one. And a wide open look for Porter. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
And shots like this are why people are just so high on Porter. Has such a quick release on that jumper.
Jackson passes to Leonard. And it's good. 2 points. Leonard's got 8 points.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Porter passes to Murray. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Kicks it out to Gordon. And another miss by Denver.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Zubac finds Kennard. Shoots the 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
A crafty lefty with tons of range. You can't take your eyes off Luke Kennard defensively.
Campazzo trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Clippers leading by 13. For the Nuggets, Paul Millsap's checked in for Jokic. Will Barton comes in for Aaron Gordon. And Morris subbed in for Michael Porter. Will Barton. Beverly looking around. Over to the left wing. Cousins, no one around him. Again, Los Angeles.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turned things around.
Passes to Kennard. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Nuggets. It's a 13-point game. Kicks it to Morris. 23 seconds left to play in the third. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Kennard. Over in the corner, Batum. Zubac the pass to Kennard. For three. The shot, no good.
Give DeMarcus Cousins credit. Using his size, staying disciplined, gets it done defensively.
And so it's Los Angeles. 13 points up at the end of the period. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Luke Kennard out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Zubac in at the center. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Cousins against Millsap. Cousins the pass to Kennard. Over Morris. Misses off the left iron.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Barton's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Denver.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Barton against Rondo. Up top, Zubac. And here's Kennard. Los Angeles with another miss.
He really can't buy a bucket, but his teammates have his back.
Morris, no good. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Morris dishes to Millsap, and he banks in the layup.
Shrug it off the contact. Millsap would not be denied.
Clippers leading by 11. Now Rondo. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Outside, Batum. Morris against Rondo. Dishes it to Cousins. And he gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 15.
Taking the hit, completing the play, something DeMarcus has done his entire career at a high level.
Morris kicks the ball. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside, Batum. Rondo looking over the floor. They get it back. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
The pump fake from Kennard is smartly done. Can't get a clean look, but gets a foul.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. It's Jackson atop the key. Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. Jackson with the bounce pass. From past the arc. Leonard, no luck. And here's Denver. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And it's McGee with the jam.
I mean, wonderful court vision. Sometimes Rivers gets locked in to finding his own shot. This time, finds the open man.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Leonard, the turnaround jumper. And the Clippers lead by 15.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Some good competition. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Jones in at the 3. And for the Nuggets, they've got Jamal Murray. Cole is out there with Gordon, and it's Nikola Jokic, and it's Porter in at the 2-guard spot. Murray, good. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight. Chris, what an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
Now here's Lillard. Powell, the pass to Lillard. Plays it up and banks it in.
The consistency of Lillard with his consistent probing on the defense, he's become Mr. Reliable at a very young age.
Here's Murray. Right side Gordon. There's the pass to Bull. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Porter against Powell. Porter, no luck.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Lillard with the bucket.
But look at how quickly Lillard leaps out of transition. He wants to run down the throat of the D, burn him in the open floor.
Here is Porter, following the score by Damian Lillard. Porter kicks the Bull. Porter trying to free himself out. Bull can't hit. Lillard against Murray. Powell, the pass to Jones. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 3. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Bull. Passes it to Gordon. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lillard against Gordon. Puts it up from 12, and that one is good. Lillard's got 6 points.
And whether he's creating for himself or spotting up, Lillard's jumper is whizzing.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to, but this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Now here's Lillard. 6 points for him. Pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. From deep. It's hauled in by Jokic. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Trailing by 2.
And let's be honest, Murray has never seen a shot he didn't like, especially these mid-range jumpers.
Powell kicks to Lillard. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, it's Jones on the way. To the middle, here's Nurkic. Count that one.
And at 280 pounds, I mean, Nurkic is difficult to deter, even when you hit him. I mean, he's just so strong.
Now here's Murray. 6 points for him. Jokic high post. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Pass to Powell. Here's Nurkic. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first quarter. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And Lillard gets it to go. 1:10 left here in the first quarter. Morris against Powell. Here's Jokic, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 8. He kicks to Powell. This is to Nurkic. Again, the Trailblazers score. Nuggets trail. Here's Morris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
Oh, the quick feet of Covington. He excels at getting out there on the break and finding ways to capitalize.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Morris into the lane. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The Nuggets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Morris against McCollum. Out to the wing. Lets it go with a 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime I got into a rhythm and had it.
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Michael Porter's out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Will Barton, and there's JaVale McGee. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Now here's Paul. McGee with the block.
Oh, this is McGee's role. He's out here to defend and to stifle shooters whenever he can.
The Nuggets trail by 4. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. It's Barton on the wing. Releases. And Cantor pulls it down.
Well, he's not going to miss that shot twice in a row. Trust me. Well, there are a few players in the league that can match McGee's athleticism. I mean, his whole career, he's been a class above with his speed and leaping. He'll make the most of it on both ends of the court.
Now here's Barton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from McGee.
This is where McGee's coaches and teammates want him to shoot from. They know he can do damage in there with his hops.
Millsap against Anthony. The pass to Simon. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And see, Webb, you mentioned it with JaVale McGee. His vertical is off the charts.
Oh, yeah, he can get to alley-oops, GA, like nobody else can. The length and bounce he has is jaw-dropping. I mean, same goes for his shot blocking abilities. He times it up.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Collins is checked in.
McCollum, he's a threat in transition. He excels at leaking out, and then he knows where to run in the open floor.
Campazzo, the shot missing. And it's Portland the other way. Collins passes to Cantor. Portland moving the ball around. Pass to McCollum. Back to Collins. And it's off from three-point range. The Nuggets trail by 4. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Enes Kanter. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball, following the basket by C.J. McCollum. And Bull wide open. He shoots. Collins grabs the miss. Here's Jokic. He hits it from 9. Jokic has got 6.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Pass to Simons. He feeds it to Cantor. Anthony left side. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Murray, no good. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Collins against Gordon. A 3 from McCollum. Hits it from three-point range. McCollum's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Cullen passes to Carmelo. Jokic with it. Now Anthony defending. Bob pass to Gordon. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
McCollum against Murray. McCollum outside. Over Murray. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Now, that's the staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter suit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. And that'll do.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
On the floor for Portland, they've got Jones. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Powell in at the shooting guard position. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got 6 points.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And it's Murray with the jam.
And love seeing Murray take it strong to the rack. A phenomenal finisher inside.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Lillard surveying the D. But they recover it. Pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. From outside the arc. And it's Denver with the rebound.
They're having trouble getting going here in the second half. I mean, that's their 4th miss in 5 attempts.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Now here's Powell. The pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. From deep three-point range. Again, the miss by Lillard.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And that one's good by Porter.
Rock solid start for him. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
Here's Lillard. Michael Porter making his last shot. Powell finds Nurkic. Back to Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one is on board. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of them.
Yes.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, consistency is what comes to mind when I think of Colorado, especially offensively, where he scores in bunches.
Good on both. The Nuggets trail by 3. Morris looking over the floor. Kicks to McGee. Good D by Covington. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. Over in the corner, Lillard. McCollum outside. It's up a 3. He can't hit that time. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And that one, good.
Yeah, they are really starting to push it now.
Portland's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Jones kicks to Lillard. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother.
McGee's shot is off.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
Jones the pass to Lillard. And here's Covington. McCollum outside. Deflects the pass. Here's Lillard. Millsap grabs the miss.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
McCollum against Millsap. Shoots. McCollum no good. The Nuggets trail by 3. Left side Gordon. Over Jones. And again, Denver no good. The Trailblazers shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Lillard with it. Out guarded by Barton. Kicks it out to McCollum. There's 37 seconds left in the third. It's hauled in by Gordon. Oh, Morris in position. McGee against Nurkic. He lobs it up.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, no need to rush right here. Let the clock run a little, then execute your offense.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Gordon inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gordon's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And there's just so much athleticism to Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Trailblazers lead by 3. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Jokic is out there with Bol. Then there's Monte Morris. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Murray in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Here's Simons, covered by Morris. Up and in on the layup. Simons has got his first bucket in this one.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Passes it to Jokic. There's the dish to Porter. And it goes down 2 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Simons, covered by Morris. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for the Nuggets. Here's Simons. Collins passes to Simons. Shot clock at 5. From deep. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Porter dishes to Gordon. It's stolen by Anthony. And that's a foul called on Bol. That'll be his second foul of the game. Portland leading. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Here's Simons. He's covered by Murray.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
To take the lead in deep. Jokic drops it in. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group now.
Simons surveying the D. It's tipped.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Derek Jones comes in for Zach Collins. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And Nurkic, the bucket on the assist by Lillard.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Murray against Lillard. And there it is for him.
And the competitive nature of Murray making all the difference there, doing everything he can to rally his team.
Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
Murray with it. Now Anthony defending. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the dunk by Bol.
Showing he can step up when the team needs him. Bol there with a big basket.
Here is Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Gotta admire the passion Lillard plays with. He knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. A 2-point game. Jokic shoots over Nurkic, and it's Jokic missing.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn.
Kanter checked in for Portland. Murray against Lillard. To the inside. Kicks it out to Jones. And it's McCollum in the corner. 5 to shoot. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
And McCollum is a lethal scorer, especially when the game is on the line. Love how under control he is.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Alters his release to do it, and those are 2 crucial points. Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
And Lillard kicks to Kanter. Back to Lillard. McCollum against Porter. Inside, Lillard. It counts!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
36 seconds left in the game. On the wing, Porter. Bol with it. Anthony on him. Bol the pass to Porter. He dishes it to Murray. But they'll get another chance. Up again. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
And an intentional foul right there.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Comes through big. Now they can put everything they have into guard against the 3.
Murray surveying the D. Over Lillard. It's off.
It's great to see Lillard working on his defense. A part of his game that he's going to tighten up on.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. Robert Covington, Damian Lillard out there with Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Jones in at the small forward. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. 5 on the clock, and it's good off the back rim and in.
And Nurkic testing his luck from the mid-range.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Pass to George. Back to Jackson. Passes it to George. They get it again. Morris trying to free himself up. Great D that time from Nurkic. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Powell dishes to Lillard. Over Jackson. And it's Lillard missing.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Lillard with it. Down low. It's stolen by Ibaka. And now the Clippers on the break. George with the ball. And George with the stuff.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's George. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Well, defender just a little too late in reacting. Gets a piece of Paul George, but a piece, that's not enough.
Lillard attacking. That one good for two.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's George following the score by Damian Lillard. Great positioning on the putback.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Lillard, that one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Kicks it to Ibaka. Fires from the corner. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Lillard outside. Out left to the wing. Nurkic against Ibaka. Nurkic can't hit.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
Portland with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. Lillard, right side. High post, Nurkic over Ibaka. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by Lillard. Nurkic has got his second basket. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
Jackson passes to Leonard. Now the pass to George. No good on the triple. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Covington down low. Morris is there. Powell kicks to Jones. Pass to Lillard. Jacks up a 3. Hands it from downtown. Lillard's got 7 points.
Amazing how much Lillard has spatial awareness when his defender's just far enough away. He's going to shoot that quickly.
With 1 on the clock. No good on the last second attempt there. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Clippers ahead. They lead by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody wants to win.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland. They've got Collins. Anthony is out there with Ennis Cantor. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
Now here's Beverly. Passes it to Kennard. Off target from three-point range. And so here's Portland. And a wide open look for McCollum. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Such a good player on the in-between game, weaving behind bodies to find some space. And CJ cashes in.
Here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Zubac, the pass to Kennard. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Cantor. It's hauled in by Zubac. And for the Clippers, they're shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Kennard finds Batum. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. Foul, he's checked in for Zach Collins. And then for Los Angeles. Man's checked in, and it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Now here's McCollum. Three-pointer. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
It's Kennard, top of the key. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 4th assist in this one.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now here's McCollum. 6 points for him.
As a big, once you get positioned inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Well, some agility shown by DeMarcus Cousins. Even at that size, can still get on up.
Pass to Simons. Cantor kicks to McCollum. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. Portland needs to get off a shot. Anthony with the bucket.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
To the paint. McCollum against Kennard. Fires from the wing. And no good that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now, here's Kennard. The lead is 2. Zubac, the pass to Kennard. Clippers moving the ball around. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. 16 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. No good off the back of the rim. And the pass to Mann. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The largest lead they had was 6. And that's a wrap for our halftime show, the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Trailblazers trail by 6. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Patrick Beverly. Baca is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2 spot.
Well, he can shoot the 3, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
And stolen by Lillard. Powell against Beverly. Lillard outside. Oh, Covington in position.
Now, the vision's one thing, but the timing also helps. Lillard prepared to get the ball to his teammate.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. A 2-point game. Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to George. And the call. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And that one drops for him. George has got 6.
You always talk about the first 2 steps in transition, and Paul George out quick and decisively that time.
It's Powell on the wing, defended by George. Powell dishes to Nurkic. Back to Powell. He kicks to Lillard. 5 to shoot. 3. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in. Outside Leonard. Morris with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Here's Leonard. Releases from the wing and drills it. Leonard's got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
McCollum outside. Kicks it to Nurkic. Lillard from outside. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. This is it to Leonard. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I'll tell you, Kevin, John's got a heart of gold. And Anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
1:32 left in the third quarter of the game. Back to Lillard. From deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
George with no one around. That shot off the mark. Now Portland takes it the other way.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
1:02 left in the third quarter. Outside Leonard, stolen by McCollum. And now here comes Jones leading the break.
Now, CJ with great hands there, and that steal is going to lead right to that kind of transition.
Now here is George. He has 6. He dishes it to Leonard. Outside Ibaka. Shoots over Lillard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Collins checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Cousins comes in for Morris. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. Shots good by Kennard. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Clippers lead by 2. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. The lead is 2. You've got Yusuf Nurkic. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Kennard for 3. He can't get that one.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Here's Simons. Outside Anthony. Pass to Simons. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Shooting for Portland, Anthony Simons. At the line.
First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Jackson. Outside Batum. Back to Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Zubac. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Simon. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
It's tipped. The pass to Simons. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Outside Anthony. Shot clock at 5. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Melo getting up there at 6'8", rising up and getting to the rim for the throwdown.
And here's Jackson. Over to the wing. Zubac finds Kennard. Tips it up. It's good on the putback.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
For the Trailblazers, Powell, he's checked in for McCollum, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Lillard way outside. Had the space there, but it's offline. Leonard inside. He's guarded by Collins. Portland leading, and they're pushing it up. There's the lob to Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. George passes to Morris. Back to George. Collins against Leonard. And the rejection by Collins.
Good job, Collins inside, quick off his feet.
Lillard with no one around. The Trailblazers rebound. Pass to Pop. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by George. Clippers trail by 4 to the inside. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And who do you call when you need a big bucket for this team more and more? It's Kawhi.
Beverly against Lillard. For the 3. He is hauled in by Paul George.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Norkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And Jones subbed in for Zach Collins.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Lillard against Beverly. Lillard the pass to Norkic. Powell with it. Throws it up high. Money!
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. And Leonard has it in the corner. Morris finds Leonard. Over Jones. Pass to Pop. Morris with the block.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
Ibaka, no luck.
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
In the corner, it's Morris. Right between the eyes.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Lillard surveying the D. That will count. What a shot!
Oh,
amazing!
Unreal.